And it's 9-ish. Y'all know what time it is. A sports block with J-Ritoc, powered by the Monarchy. And tonight,
That still cracks me up.
no grievances tonight because I guess everybody won. So
Nah, fuck that. I got a grievance because I ain't win. I mean, I won, but I picked them damn Titans again. But we gonna get to that.
I don't know why you did that.
Because they were playing the Colts.
Exactly.
Same way I picked the Chiefs against the Colts. I picked the Titans against the Colts. Colts ain't supposed to win.
Nah.
Matty Ice is washed.
Yeah, I'll say against us. Yeah, it's not really a good pick. Like if you picking us against anybody, you might as well just go ahead and leave that shit blank.
I picked y'all last week.
See, I didn't. I picked the Colts.
No, I just knew. I just knew God was gonna bring them back down to earth.
After playing
After
y'all,
beating us, yeah.
man.
They still had to remind them, y'all still in the AFC South.
Exactly.
Y'all still in the AFC South. Well, I'll go ahead and say it. Yeah, not everybody won this week.
I'll say who lost that was supposed to win.
That would be me. that would be me. Last week was bad. I lost. I think I lost each and every one of my leagues.
Well, I'll say you had it up until yesterday. I'll say Debo went crazy in the first half, and
It's
I
crazy.
pretty much won
It was crazy. I needed him to go crazy in one of my other leagues. But yeah, that was bad.
Yeah,
I only lost by 13, but
yeah, because that was the last game. I was down, I think 8 points going into that. So I was like, as long as Debo get a touchdown and 20 yards.
But Jamar Chase is about to have a nice little seat on my bench. It's obvious that it's the T. Higgins show this year. Or
You trying
Chase has got a bracket on him or something.
you trying to let him go? Because I'm just saying, I got a few pieces that we can go ahead and discuss without
We can talk about that.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take them off your hands for you. But yeah, I'll say this.
I'm normally willing to deal by now.
I'm vetoing that trade.
I got some pieces though. I definitely got some pieces.
I used to sell that to the Clucks.
And if it's a fair trade, I mean, helps you out, helps me out. The league can't really hate
The
on
Clucks used to try to tell me that. Come on, Pete. If it's a fair trade, I'd be like, get your Cluck ass up out of here.
Well, yeah, I had the worst. I think I may have the worst week ever in the pro pick'em. I only got three of the matchups right. So I'm actually below 500 now.
Well,
and I was winning.
Still doing better than quarter.
Yeah, so I was winning at almost a 65% clip before that.
Let's see, what did I do? I dropped 5 games. Hold on, what the fuck? It didn't register me picking the Chiefs? That's some bull. I guess I'm going to do my picks tonight. Because, yeah, I keep missing out on the fucking...
The Thursday night game?
Well, no, on the tiebreaker, who will score the most points, I always forget to do that. Because I'll try and do my picks, day by day. I'll just look at some shit and be like, okay, I'll make that spot. But if you don't do the tiebreakers by Thursday, they lock in. You can't.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and just knock that shit out.
Shoot, Quarter only picked 2 games right this week. Oh no, my bad. Yeah, hold up. Yeah, 2 games right this week.
Yep. All right. And then as far as the standings go.
Oh, hold up, my bad. I looked at that wrong. Quarter picked 9 games right this past week.
What?
Yeah, that was pretty much the opposite of what I did.
Yeah, it was. turning it into Titans on us?
Man,
Well, no, because they won. Oh, you won though, didn't you?
I did. Also, I beat somebody else in the room that just swore they was gonna beat me down in the matchup.
Oh.
Sun shines on the dog's ass every now and then.
Hey, and a broken clock is right twice a day. So, you know.
You said those were your 2 days?
Yep. But this coming week, I'm up against the number one player in the league so far.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough, rugged one.
Who?
We both gonna be 3-2 after this.
I don't know about that.
You got
I'm
the best
calling it
record
now.
in the league?
Yeah.
Oh, that shit will be over with by the end of the month. Fuck that.
Yeah, I say PL and Quarter tied at 3-1 right now. That's tops in the league.
And technically, he should have the number 1 spot because he did beat me week 1 or week 2. So, but I've scored more points than this punk ass squad has. Booyah!
I say you scored the most points in the league so far.
Quarter on them PEDs. He drinking that fire water again.
And see, we done said his name too many times. Here he come in the chat talking about Valley Juice Legends. I'm number 1. Nah, I'm the real number 1.
The deucer.
Hey, according to the standings, me and my 505.28 total points is the number 1. Every victory I've had has been by at least 30 points.
Enjoy y'all Super Bowl. Enjoy it.
Hey.
So yeah. So right, who you up against this week?
Let's see here.
Should be Devin, I think.
No, get Richard Don Ryan.
Okay, so yeah, you and James, and then Devin playing a quarter.
Oh, Devin gonna win that.
Damn, like how's she third in points and still has yet to win a game? I say fantasy football is kind of
crazy,
crazy.
ain't it? Yeah.
It really is.
Oh man, last week is what it was the perfect example of why people get stabbed over fantasy football.
Why is that?
Oh, because last week was when I played Get Richard Die Ryan. My squad scored like 88 points and won. Nah, we don't do that. Nah, we score 135 points and win. We don't score no 88 points and win.
I'll say it's all about the matchups.
The temerity.
Hell, we put up, I think, 120 in a loss. Shoot, mess with that spackler lawn care.
Because I say right now they got you with a projected 127.14 and me at 118.61. So we're gonna see how this all breaks down. And plus you still got Michael Thomas sitting on your bench. I may need to swing a trade with you for dude.
Oh nah, he ain't going nowhere. I'm waiting on Michael Thomas to not have that Q next to his name for 2 weeks straight. It's probably not gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen.
But yeah.
And plus Olave balled out for me last week. I appreciate
man,
that.
Olave was he wasn't dropping nothing last week, man. He if it was in 3 yards of his vicinity, he was catching it.
It was some bad calls in that game though. Like watching it, watching
Saints
it back.
Vikings?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of questionable.
Man, yeah, I say some of these.
I didn't realize until a couple minutes ago that this is Raider week.
Oh, for y'all.
Yeah.
It just ain't the same no more though.
I mean, the Raiders suck ass. So I mean, but the Raiders have sucked ass for like 15 years. So it's
The Raiders
not
are a fucking tourist trap now. That's what they are. They're an idea. They're not an actual organization. Okay.
What do you think that they need to turn it around? Because they got a decent enough quarterback. They've given him tools. It's like they can't.
Yeah, but they've also given him a head case.
Yeah. But it's just almost like they can't put everything together.
I think the
at
Raiders
once.
are cursed.
the Raiders are constantly waiting for Carr to fuck up enough to let him go.
Then why re-sign him then? Because they had a chance to let him go.
Because they know
that was Gruden's boy.
They're not. The Raiders. See, that's why the Raiders are one of the most terrible franchises over the past 15 years, in my opinion. Because the Raiders do just enough
to stay in the conversation.
Not even to stay in the conversation. They do just enough to look good on paper.
Yes.
And once they look good on paper, they cool. They like, great. We get on paper. We good. Nah, bro.
You can't tell them they've lost the Paper Olympics any offseason.
Oh, in the offseason, every offseason, when I see the Raiders lineup, I be like, man, you know what, man? Shit, on paper,
squad looking nice.
On Madden, squad looking hot.
Hey, they need to go on ahead and trade Waller.
Man.
They need.
But who's gonna take him at this point though? Because he ain't done jack shit this season.
No, he still got it. It's just Carr's in love with his homeboy. So he ain't giving Waller the touches he's supposed to have.
Shit, I don't think Carr's too in love with his homeboy because he don't target him like that.
Well, he's also in love with Hunter Renfrow because it's like his twin brother. But oh no, I think they could get some value for Waller if they traded him.
Now, do you?
I mean, if it's evident that it's not going to go back to that dynamic between Carr and Waller, let him go.
Man, but do you think that they want to after everything that they invested in, dude?
No, like, they don't want to. But you've made decisions that are going to force your hand. You know what I mean? And there's nothing unethical or immoral about these decisions. They're just they're counterintuitive to what you got. You signing Adams was a football move, but it was a emotional impulse. You know what I mean?
No, see, I wasn't signing Adams. I was trading for Adams.
I mean, trading for Adams. I mean, yeah.
And that was a Raider move. As soon as the Raiders did that, I said Raiders are gonna win 7 games this year.
And they may not fuck around and do that for real.
They might not. And people, friends of mine that are Raider fans got mad at me. Oh, you just being cheap fan. I said, nah. Now, you all feel like you have everything you need. And that's not the case.
Right.
You still kind of weak on the offensive line. Your defensive line's a little suspect.
Your defense is suspect.
I was about to say your linebackers and secondary is kind of questionable.
And didn't they already move the cat that they got from Alabama, the lineman? What was his name? Leatherface, Leatherwood?
Leatherneck. Yeah, I think they cut him after his rookie season.
So it's that whole class.
That whole class.
It was 4. It was like 3 first rounders and a second rounder.
So
they all gone.
He got picked up pretty quick though. Bears signed him, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I don't say because that was the same draft as was it Ruggs, the one that got into the.
I think so. Yeah.
And then the cat that y'all picked up.
They last like 4 first-round picks on the team anymore. Old boy, they had to put off the team because he was threatening old boy in the
on IG Live and shit. Yeah,
we signed him. We signed him.
No, we took a flyer on him.
We did.
Big difference.
We did, but
and that flyer lasted about 3 weeks.
Did it last that? I thought it lasted.
I think he get through the playoffs, didn't it?
He made to the playoffs, but he wasn't on the playoff roster. Hey, Chiefs are good to.
My guy was wilding.
Yeah, Chiefs are good to take a flyer on a young cornerback.
Yeah, because I don't say the dude y'all got from the Giants, who's it, Baker. But he actually kind of worked out though.
He was decent. I thought when what's his name went down in preseason that they would give him a holler. But I guess they said, you know what, we good with the young cats that we got.
Yeah.
And honestly, they good with the young cats they got. I'm the Chiefs secondary.
I don't have any more issues with it.
Really, one of my biggest surprises of the Chiefs season. That and the fact that people can finally shut the fuck up about Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
He shut me up.
So he's living up to the draft pick finally.
Let's not go too far.
He's on the path.
I'm just saying he gotta be doing something right.
The year he's having this year is the year he should have had his rookie year.
Okay.
I don't know if he was hurt. I don't know if his mind wasn't right. I'm not sure what was going on. I don't know if it was the play calling. I don't know if, honestly, I think Tyreek was in the way a bit. And I think Tyreek was in the way for a lot of people. Because the fact that, he's, 4'2", 40, 4'1", 40, something like that. The fact that he's so fast and could get down the field, and Patrick could just
toss it up.
Yeah, and it's gonna work because Patrick was overthrowing Cheetah, and Cheetah would have to put a little juice under it a lot of time. You ain't seeing that in Miami now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Now don't get me wrong, Tua did against the Bills. You know what I'm saying. He did flang that ball at the Cheetah a few times and actually had the ball in the air for 25 yards and made
a whole 25.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
But when you got a Tyreek Hill type player or a Jalen Waddle type player,
on the other side,
you don't even have to do the 25 yards in the air. You just have to figure out schemes to get them open. The Dolphins should really and truly, in my opinion, be running that the old Houston Oilers running gun, or that I forgot what the Falcons called it when they were running that single back with Jamal Anderson. That's what they should be running.
But you got to have a line. Yeah, you definitely got to have a line for that.
Get the line.
They can't keep nobody.
True.
Because I think if they still had Tunsil, like that,
and
that was a major
even,
piece.
Even the most pass happy of offenses still keep a tight end in for blocking purposes. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying don't keep a tight end in,
but run the same offense.
But you can They kept They had two tight ends on in that single back offense. The Falcons are running on a consistent basis, or they might line up bunch left on you. They may line up trips right on you. You know what I'm saying? That kind of is. I think that if you had the Dolphins have the wideouts, and I'm not sure. I can't remember the tight end's name. And he's not like a great.
Oh no, but Gesicki's a ghost this year.
Yeah, he's not a great tight end, but when they actually get him the ball or include him in the play selection, he's decent.
Right.
Yeah, but he's not seeing the field because what's the coach's name? Mike. The coach.
Oh, I don't know his name.
White Mike.
About to get fired.
Yeah, his ass is about to get
Mike McDaniel, yeah. He said that he needs a blocking tight end in his scheme, and Gesicki's a pass catcher.
Well, he better find one of them third string, fourth string tackles that played some tight end in high school or college. Because if all you need a motherfucker for is the block.
Yeah.
But Gesicki's no George Kittle. Like, not, you know what I mean? Like,
that's why I said he better get one of them motherfucking third, fourth string tackles on the squad that played some tight end in high school or college, and do what he got to do. But the biggest drawback to that is we know it's not going to him.
Right. And we know what you're doing when he comes in the game.
Yeah. That's why, to go back to the Chiefs for a moment, the way the Chiefs have been using McKinnon this year, I really appreciate it more so than I did last year. Because last year when McKinnon hit the field, you knew what they were going to do. Quick screen, bubble screen, draw, something like. McKinnon's been on the field this year, and what I'm thinking is going to happen ain't gone down. It's been completely opposite. Or if like last year they would run McKinnon toss left or toss to the short side of the field on a consistent basis, and I'm like, but and a part of my mind is starting to believe that Andy Reid was doing that to set it up for this year, because I done seen him running them up the gut. I done seen him running them both sides. Very few screens, very few bubble screens to him. They're using him the way they should have been using Clyde Edwards-Helaire, which brings me back to, I don't know if he was injured or I don't know if there was just a mental, because the NFL game and the college game are only about 25% the same. So I don't know if it was just time to catch up, but this is what, Clyde's fourth year?
See, this is third. This is third season.
Okay, because it was after the Super Bowl. This is the year that it has to click for him. Otherwise, he gets labeled as a bust. And from what I saw in college, I would be highly disappointed if he got labeled as a bust, because, man, when him and Joe Burrow was down at LSU.
But you couldn't key on anybody on that squad. Like, it was way too many weapons where it's just like, okay, everybody's gonna eat because we all going to the NFL and we know this. So I mean, having that much talent on a college team like that, it is gonna make everybody else look better.
Oh, trust, I know that, because Chiefs have been notorious in the past for drafting the guy next to the guy. That's how we wound up with old boy that played next to Julius Peppers.
Oh, I know you. Dorsey. What was dude's name? You talking about the defensive tackle?
Defensive tackle that played next to Julius Peppers. That was a decent defensive tackle, but because of the numbers he had playing next to Julius Peppers at NC, it was fabricated, because. He was getting run the fuck over. He was getting run through. It was, damn, what was that dude's name?
Wasn't it like Glenn? I think it was Glenn Dorsey, wasn't it?
Glenn Dorsey,
yeah.
Yep. Good guy. Met him a couple times. Cool dude. But on the field, I would just be like,
not cutting it.
But they constantly played him out of position. Constantly.
But when you draft, because he was
what
the
the
six.
Make him a damn nose tackle. And he was like what, 6'2", 310, 320,
maybe, yeah,
some shit like that. He's not built to stop the run like that. But they changed the philosophy. Hold on, they drafted him and still changed the philosophy.
Yeah, and see, that's my thing, because he was what, top six?
Technique.
No, I'm not talking about where he was picked at, because he was what, sixth overall, something crazy.
Yeah, fifth, sixth overall, something like that.
Like seventh overall, I want to say. But he got picked in the top 10 first round. Because I want to say Julius Peppers went second that year. Yeah. And then there was a linebacker, I think, that went third. And I think a quarterback might have went fourth. I'm gonna look that draft up.
Because that was what, 03?
I think so.
Well, I say, while we doing that, what y'all think about your boy Tom and Giselle getting this legal separation, aka possibly a divorce? So it might be a wrap.
Man, there's something else there.
But is it though? You don't think that he's been promising just a whole lot of shit?
I know he's breaking promises.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
And finally, she was just like,
That's
"Man,
what
fuck it."
David Carr was the first overall pick in that 2002 draft for the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just all bad.
The 2002 draft was a borderline bust draft. Let's see here.
But now, Tom broke some promises, for sure. Right? But I also think...
Oh, no, it was Ryan Sims. It wasn't Glenn Dorsey, because Glenn Dorsey was decent.
Oh, yeah.
It was Ryan fucking Sims.
He was second round pick.
No, he was a first round pick.
Was he? I thought he was our first pick.
Yeah, he was our first pick, number 6 overall. Ryan Sims. Yeah.
Oh, trash.
'Cause I think Glenn Dorsey played in Miami.
No, he played at LSU.
Yeah, it was LSU.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but actually, now that I'm looking back at this draft, this ain't a terrible draft. It was a top 10 was David Carr, Julius Peppers, Joey Harrington, Mike Williams, Quentin Jammer, Ryan Sims, Bryant McKinney, Roy Williams, John Henderson, and Levi Jones.
No, that's all bust right there. That's like 8 of them.
We passed up John Henderson for fucking Ryan Sims.
We passed up Dwight Freeney for Ryan Sims. Because Dwight Freeney got drafted number 11 by the Colts that year.
We'd have kept a hold of John Henderson a lot longer.
I don't know, man. Quentin Jammer had a solid career.
John Henderson was the Jaguars' defense.
Joey Harrington was doomed from the jump because he got drafted by the Lions.
Yeah.
So that was sorry, dog. But he did get to play with Barry for like a year, maybe.
No,
Barry was gone.
Barry
Bounced out
99.
like the year.
Yep.
Saints picked up Stallworth at 13. Jeremy Shockey for the Giants at 14. Your boy Albert Hainsworth. Stomp him in the nuts.
Stomp him in everywhere. I'm stomping your helmet in.
Let's see here. Ravens picked up Ed Reed at 24. That's one I'm mad at the Chiefs about. Because the Chiefs could have used the safety at that time.
Yeah.
They definitely could have used the safety at that time.
And one of the greatest of all time. He's definitely top 5.
Impromptu convo. Greatest safeties.
Yeah, I'll say I can't name 4 better ones.
I think Ed Reed is it. I think he's the number one. Ed Reed,
number 1 safety of all time?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ed Reed.
It's hard to argue that. But I feel
Then
like
I would say Ronnie Lott.
Then
I would say Rod Woodson. Then I would say my boy Palomalu.
But if we just talking about that cast that just play safety, because
I don't like to put Woodson in that conversation.
But Woodson played 8 seasons at safety.
But he played 10 at corner?
Hey.
He played a long ass time.
Can't be mad at either. I mean, he was just as cold at safety as he. Matter of fact, he might have been a little colder at safety than he was at corner.
Yeah,
and he was cold at corner.
If he'd started his career at safety, he'd have still been a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean?
Matter of fact, I'll even say this: Rod Woodson could go into the Hall of Fame at both positions.
Oh yeah,
2 separate ceremonies.
And I'll say Lott, the same with Lott though.
But
Ronnie didn't play that much cornerback.
But his first 4? I think his first 4 seasons he did, and then they switched him in like 80. It was like 84, 85 when they moved him to like safety full time.
Lott, yeah, he was a corner first.
Yeah, but he didn't. He wasn't.
But not long.
But let's keep it funky. Was Ronnie Lott a good corner?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, he was. No, he was.
That nigga gave his finger to the guy.
No, that was as a safety.
But he was so hard of a hitter, they was like, they need.
Because I thought that was what, like 80. I thought it was 82 when he did that.
That was if I'm not mistaken, that was the year they beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl.
So 83.
86.
No, 89.
Yeah. No, because they played the Bengals twice in the Super Bowl.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh,
that first
one. It
one
was the first time.
Yeah.
That they. So that was.
That was like 82 or 83, one of them. But yeah, I don't say you definitely got to put Reed. I say no less than 3 on any type of tops.
Yeah, no.
I mean, if you're talking a better corner or better safety than Ed Reed, you really, in my opinion, have to go back to the 70s and 60s and 70s before my knowledge of football is, you know what I'm saying, where it's not where I would have to take your word for it. Because in my lifetime, it's Ed Reed, man, the Scarecrow, man. That dude.
But you know, one other name that always has to be mentioned in this conversation is Denver.
Atwater.
Yeah.
Oh, Atwater was nice.
He was, but he still wasn't on that level.
He wasn't. I think Atwater is a top 15 all-time safety.
Now, if we're talking about hitting, he's top 5.
He's a top 5.
Yeah.
Hitting,
and that's any position.
Any position,
right?
Any decade. Hitting Ronnie Lott's number one. Because all I remember Ronnie Lott doing was hitting.
But and that's why they moved him to the safety position because he was a more
Exactly. That's why I'm telling you, he was a much better safety than he was a corner.
No, but he was an all-pro corner.
Oh, good call, quarter. Sean Taylor.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Sean Taylor was the hardest hitting dude I've ever seen in my life. Sean
He was
Taylor
a fucking linebacker.
hit people in the Pro Bowl.
That nigga's like, fuck your
We
punter.
on vacation, cuz, and you out here sticking me like we not.
Man.
Yeah. No, that was a linebacker, dude. Like.
Man, rest in peace, Sean Taylor.
Man.
Oh man. Hey, I don't really
He would have been like the Lawrence Taylor of D-backs.
I don't really cry for celebrities and athletes when they pass.
That was sad.
But I shed a few tears because I remember getting home from work that morning or that late night because I was bartending and turning on SportsCenter while I was eating and smoking, and it was like Sean Taylor got smoked. I was like, oh man, not Sean Taylor. Damn, man. He was the only reason I watched NFC football.
At his own fucking crib. He wasn't out.
And his people like defending his baby mama and his kid.
Yeah.
Like that's just a fucked up way to go out.
Man. But if you gotta go out defending your baby mama and your kid. You know what I'm saying? That at least I can salute that all the way around. Right. I don't want to because I'd rather have him here.
Right.
But man, which Sean Taylor, good call, quarter. I forgot about Sean Taylor. Man, that dude, the way he leveled old boy in the Pro Bowl, coming around that corner, he thought he was just gonna step out of bounds,
Like no sir, not gonna happen.
I don't think anybody ever got hit like that in the Pro Bowl before.
Or since.
Oh, definitely not since.
Yeah, them niggas is playing flag football now.
They aren't even doing that.
Yeah, it's
a week-long skills competition now.
And then they said I think the linemen are playing some bullshit. Like the Pro Bowl is it's all fucked up now.
Shit, who was that tore their ACL when they were doing dodgeball?
The dude the dude for the Patriots, Robert Edwards.
Oh yeah. I was like, damn, dog.
And he had a promising career.
And it was not the same at all after that.
Damn, I can't believe I remember that shit.
There's some random shit that happened, though.
Yeah, playing sand flag football.
No, they was playing dodgeball.
Oh, dodgeball, that's right.
And I was like, how you get hurt playing dodgeball? I know dodgeball does hurt from time to time, depending on where you get hit.
But how you get injured?
How do you get injured?
Huh.
Oh, well. Man.
Well, you are talking about a 250-pound running back trying to plant in sand while he throws something. It's not a normal. That's not in his muscle memory. You know. His legs like, hey, what the fuck is going on? We on strike, damn it. Strike.
Shit, what's his name? He wasn't like a superstar, but Roll. They used to play for the Titans. He was solid.
Samari?
Yeah. He was solid. Whatever happened to him?
One of them Roll boys.
He was conversion too.
I'll say one of them is a doctor now.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked Samari. He was a hitter. He was a sticker. He was short. And he
was he?
It seemed like he was like 5'9", 5'10".
Nah, Samari was like 6. I think he was like 6'1" or 6'2".
Was he?
Yeah.
Damn, he
was
just looked
decent
short
size,
out there
yeah.
because it seemed like all the wide receivers would be taller than him.
6 foot. So yeah, he split a bit of difference. Shit, he was an Oiler. '98 draft.
So as far as y'all's game, no grievances.
With the Chiefs game this past week, I have one grievance, but it's the same grievance I have every Chiefs game that they're winning. Quit taking your foot off the pedal. All gas, no brakes. I didn't think that once they were up, what was it, 17, 31, 31, 7, something like that. I didn't think that I knew I had a pretty solid feeling that the game was over in the Chiefs' favor. But just because I feel that way doesn't mean you need to take your foot off the gas.
Right.
This is still Tom Brady. This may be a shell of Tom Brady at the moment, but it's still Tom Brady. You got to treat it thusly. But other than that, I thought that I'm going to start with the special teams, because special teams is the reason that they lost to the Colts. The special teams did what they were supposed to do this time. On return and on return defense. I think that them being able to strip the ball immediately before they even hit the field, you know what I'm saying, before the Bucs offense even hit the field,
Set the tone.
deflated a lot of the Bucs offense. And then when Patrick pulled that bullshit,
Yeah.
Man.
The alley-oop.
Bro.
I said, I'm at work doing inventory, and I just happened to stop at that moment, and I was watching that play. I said, he got out niggered. He should never be out niggered again.
Hey, man.
Hey, that was some straight up backyard, schoolyard.
Bro, he really wants to be the Steph Curry of the NFL. Like he's really going for that. He's really going.
But he has been though.
He's really leaning into it though now.
Like the first no look pass and the first left hand pass. Like I think that
The
pretty
left
much
hand pass to me is more impressive than the no look pass.
I don't know that because the first no look pass that everybody, you know what I'm saying, like
but he didn't really
replays.
have a handle on that left handed pass. And he
That
still got it
left-handed
on.
pass, there was no way he should have got that off. Or there's no way that should have been a completion. But here we are, 3 seasons later.
Yep.
Still can't believe it. That left hand.
This nigga,
Don't get me wrong.
This nigga literally pulled a Jordan on the goal line play, bro.
That what he did Sunday night.
He literally
was when-
spun on
was
this
when-
nigga and back.
No. It was when Jordan was about to dunk. We thought
And then
And
came
then
up and under.
came up and I remember where I was when that happened. I was at KU in summer school for Inroads, or with Inroads. We were at camp, but it was summer school. We were on I believe it was either the 6th or 7th floor of the dorm. We were dorm was boys on one side, girls on the other side, but they had the TV in the middle and shit with the tables. So we were out there watching the game. I hated the Bulls. I just hated. Well, at that time, I didn't hate them like that. I wasn't a fan. I was a big Laker fan at that moment, at that time. Lakers and Knicks. Man, I had money on the game. I'm about to be a senior in high school. I ain't got no money. But I made a couple little dollar bet, some bets with a few cat. Oh, man, we watching that shit. And this motherfucker goes up. And I'm like, oh, he ain't finna dunk that. Oh, my God. And they showed that like 12 times. Bob Costas was all over his nut sacks. And I couldn't even be mad at Bob Costas because it was, to this day, 30-plus years later, one of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
It was damn on the, didn't they put that on the Like Mike commercial, the first Gatorade one? Yeah.
And I am, ask anybody who's known me, not a fan of Jordan. On the court or off the court. I don't give a fuck if Republicans buy shoes too or not. Anyway, I don't even want to go there. But yeah, I remember exactly where I was. I can't remember the day or the date, but I believe it was a Tuesday. It was about 7:15, 7:30, because it was still bright outside and the sun hadn't started setting yet. Oh, I remember. I looked at my boy that wound up being my college roommate. I said, "Yeah, man, fuck Michael Jordan." That was the first time I'd ever said it, but it was not the last. Because as a Knicks fan,
a lot of heartbreak from MJ, Mr. 23 and 45 at the time. He was dropping double nickels on y'all.
you know who hurt the Bulls, or you know who hurt the Knicks more than MJ? John fucking Starks.
Yeah, I was gonna say him and Patrick Ewing.
No, just John Starks. Because John Starks would shoot him in every once in a while, but more times than not, he's shooting him out. I'd be like, stop shooting John Starks. He'd be like, I can't.
Can't do it. That's what I'm here for. Like, that's what I'm here for, coach.
Don't shoot this one, John Starks. I got to.
I know. I'm feeling it tonight, coach.
Oh. Hey, you want to know what's funny, though? There is a stark contrast between seeing John Starks play on the court and seeing him talk on the court, and then actually listening to his voice as a retired person. Like, I think maybe I would have had a different opinion of him had I actually heard his voice before. But yeah, I mean, he just always. I just thought he was a little asshole. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm saying in news, well, I guess since we're talking about the Knicks, news you can't use, it has been confirmed that Big E's I Got a Story to Tell was about Anthony Mason.
Oh, yeah, it was, yeah.
It's confirmed.
Yeah.
Anthony Mason, like,
So
fuck
John
you, Biggie.
Starks confirmed it wasn't him. He's like, I know who it was. It wasn't me.
Shit, I remember that well. Was on PTI. I think it was Fat Joe. This is probably about 10, 12 years ago now. But Fat Joe was on PTI one day, because you know how they'd have the whoever the guest was.
Yeah.
Since he's already in the building or in the studio area, he's gonna be on everything all day.
Right.
You know, guest on it. Yeah, so it was on PTI. So it was the last. You know, it's like the last show. That man, and Wilbon asked him. He's like, "Hey, so who was? I got a story to tell about." Man, you know, I don't know. I've been told, you know, hey, I ain't saying it was or it wasn't, you know, but I heard it was about Mace, man. You know, hey, Anthony Mason, that son, I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, Anthony Mason would have killed Biggie.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
With no weapon.
Without a weapon, yeah.
Without a weapon.
No weapon.
He would have choked Biggie to death.
And then he would have put a line on the side of his head.
He would have took the clippers out. And
just straight up.
Ain't no clippers. He'd have dug him out with his fingernails.
With his fingernail.
Oh, yes, he would have. Oh, my God.
Rest in peace, Anthony Mason. Rest in peace,
And
Biggie.
Biggie, yeah. Everybody
I
involved.
hope y'all made up in the afterlife.
Probably not. Probably not.
What was the Kevin, that was the real cock diesel.
Willis.
Kevin Willis. Did him and Mason play on the Knicks at the same time?
I don't think
No.
so.
You couldn't have Kevin Willis and Anthony Mason on the same team.
And Charles Oakley.
Because
that would no.
it's all thugging.
Okay, but Willis
I mean,
did
shit,
have some
though.
time on the Knicks, did he not?
I believe so.
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So, but that was exactly my point, Pete. Like I couldn't imagine all of those, all of them goons being.
For real. Now
in the
Pat
same
Riley
space at the same
would have loved that shit though.
Oh my God,
Man.
he literally would have had the Monstars. Like
Nobody's coming in the middle at all.
Ever.
Ever.
That would have started the whole 3-point
Somebody might
craze.
have got
yeah,
stabbed.
easily,
Somebody might have got shanked.
easily.
Man.
Hey, man.
Hey, but Kevin Willis is actually a nice dude. Was actually a pretty nice dude. Like it was the funny thing about it. But G, you look at his arms, you like, I don't want no parts of that.
At all.
My homeboy used to call him the missing link.
He did look like the missing link, man. Like,
And I was like, hey, he heard you. He's going to fuck you up. Or when I meet him, I'm going to tell him. You better not be with me.
and it's fucked up because he was actually like an articulate, you know.
Well,
nice.
he did. I know I came front like he did. But shit, I was like, at this point in life, I don't give a fuck, man. Shit. I'm ugly and broke. He ugly and rich, I guess. I don't know.
And buff for no
buff.
reason.
Shit, I'm
Buff.
fat.
I mean, nigga, buff. Like,
Cause you don't need to be
seen
buff
another-
like that playing
I ain't seen
basketball.
another man built like him.
Man, look.
I ain't
No,
seen-
I would say Michael Cage.
Now,
was
I ain't seen
ridiculous.
another basketball player built like him.
No, Michael Cage was. I think that nigga was on roids though.
Oh, Michael Cage was definitely on roids and cocaine.
Cause it's like that nigga
It
was
wouldn't
buff
surprise
with a
me if
Jerry
Kevin
curl.
Willis would pop for roids.
Nah.
And the NBA.
I would be wholeheartedly surprised if Kevin Willis got popped for roids.
But I don't think the NBA didn't even test for that shit back then,
I
did
think
they?
so. Yeah.
For roids?
I think everybody started testing for roids in the 90s. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I say, because roids don't even.
Now the NBA hasn't tested for marijuana really since like ever. That's not one of their That's not one of their banned substances.
But you gotta. But if you do get caught doing that shit like egregiously, they will.
Oh yeah,
kick you out of there. Because what was dude that played for Memphis, that went to USC, shit like early 2010s.
Mayo,
yeah.
OJ Mayo.
Yeah, because they hit him with a. Was it a 2-year suspension?
Something like that.
Because he kept on getting popped.
But he was like belligerently also, and he was having like other issues. He was having like PR issues too. So, the league was on him like Facebook's on me. I just got on the radar, and since now that I'm on the radar, I'm gonna always be on the radar.
And say, I think I'm getting hit with some of your guilty by association type shit because I hit me with two of them this
my
week.
peoples now.
It's like damn.
Damn you, Zuckerberg.
It's like
Hey,
let me duck from this shit for a little bit. Like,
I think it's safe to say that Kevin Willis had the largest arms in the NBA.
yeah. Because I don't say.
I don't really remember them being large. I just remember them being long.
Yeah, like
and
cut. Yeah.
I mean,
Like cut.
But they big. They don't look. They don't
and I
look like
remember
they
having
big. But they big.
like the bowling
He's a
ball
7 foot-
shoulders
Yeah.
and the trapezius muscles. Hey man, Kevin Willis was just.
Yeah, but yeah, on a 7 foot man, not like
I'm not guarding him. We gonna be at the street court one day, and
Giannis ain't that big up in the shoulders.
all of a sudden everybody gonna be like, "Oh, you got MP?" No, I don't.
Kemp wasn't that big in the upper body.
Now what's the name?
Kemp was cut though.
Yeah. Now David Robinson was up there.
But David
there,
Robinson
he
wasn't big.
Kevin Willis.
David Robinson wasn't big though. Well, he was. Yeah,
He was big.
Not really.
He was big.
Not really.
He looked like Kevin Willis' son when they played together on the.
He was cut because he was in the Navy. You know what I'm saying? The Navy stuff. But he wasn't big.
He wasn't.
He was bigger than Tim Duncan.
Yes.
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
Yes.
But he wasn't big. You know what I'm saying? Like
He wasn't physically imposing in the upper body.
right,
like
like
that.
Hakeem Olajuwon, in my opinion, also wasn't really physically imposing in the upper body.
Yeah.
But for a 7-footer, he had tremendously great footwork.
Right.
Probably the best.
Man, of any big man I've seen that I can recollect.
That's why I tell a lot of people, like, get your kid, like, the first sport they should play is soccer. Cause feet, I mean, that's pretty much the basics of every sport, getting your feet right. And that's definitely gonna do that for you.
And get your lungs up. Get your lungs up, little dude. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth.
All right, well, before we get to the tournament of the underperformers, I got a random ass would you rather. This one may get the show shut down.
Uh-oh.
So,
Oh, damn.
would you rather only be able to watch, and you have to pick, so you can't say neither. Let's just say circumstances have arisen to where you can only watch either women's sports or little people sports. No more men's sports going forward. What would you choose to watch?
Oh, man, that's fucked up. Because I want to watch both of them.
You can only watch one and no men's sports anymore.
By little people, you mean like actual little people?
Yeah, actual little people. We can't call them the M word anymore because that's not politically correct. Little people basketball versus women's basketball. Little people volleyball versus women's volleyball. Football.
Okay, so are the sports for the little people?
Oh man, you got me pondering this, dude.
Are the
That's what I'm
sports for
saying.
the little people
It's a hell of
scaled
a
down?
No, everything is the same.
So everything's the same. So is the little people playing on a 10-foot goal?
Yes.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's what I'm saying. Everything's the same. Little people baseball.
Playing on a regulation court.
Regulation court, yes.
Oh, I want to watch that.
Okay, so
I ain't shit, but we know this.
So it has to be women. It has to be women.
And you gotta explain why.
Okay. Damn it! I'm going down this fucking rabbit hole. All right. Part of humanity's love of sport is that
What the fuck is running down the regulation court, dog? It's hilarious.
Shut up, the goddamn thing. All right, look. The innate draw of humanity to sport is that
Oh shit.
part of it is the being able to envision themselves in these athletes' position, or they live vicariously through these athletes, right? And that's a major component of this, if we're being honest, right? Okay, so, and we also look to athletes like our kind of like demigods, you know what I mean? Like, they're our heroes and all this, and because they can do things that we cannot do, right? And that's why a lot of them are dickheads. So imagine a world in which little people who are, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but obviously a very small segment of the population, right? No pun intended. If you put them in that scenario, you don't get the same connection. Now, I'm not saying this that little people are a farce, right? But you're now making a farce of sport. It's more entertainment than it is.
But that's what sports are, though. Sports are nothing but entertainment.
But it's. But yeah, but it's entertainment that
what you're saying is
with the inherent fact that you're looking at the peak of athletic competition, right? So
you're saying that there's a level
really
of dignity involved, a higher level of dignity involved with the women's sports as opposed to the little people's deal, because people are not going to necessarily look at little people's sports as seriously as they would the women's sports.
Right.
You heard it from me myself 3 minutes ago. And in the back of my mind right now, I'm still laughing because to me that's just funny. I'm not right. We know this though.
We talking entertainment purposes.
So if it's one night only, and but if it's just continuous, these are
Yeah,
it.
this is
No,
all we get.
it's gonna be women because I'm not because eventually the making the mockery of the little people's sports
It's gonna run
dies.
dry really quick.
Yeah, you got like 2 weeks of a football season.
But why just 2 weeks though?
I'm gonna watch them 2 weeks. It's gonna be it's 0-0.
Man,
Cause that's like a 400-yard drive.
it really is though. Because a few years ago, it was some cat that went to like Rice. It was like 5'6", and he made the team, and that was like a huge deal.
Made the basketball team.
No, football team.
Oh yeah, the running back. Yeah, that dude was little.
Yeah.
Little.
5'6" sounds pretty short.
He made Darren Sproles look like he could dunk.
No. So both of y'all going women?
Yeah, I'm going
Yeah,
women.
I gotta go little people.
I ain't mad at you because
That shit would just be super entertaining. Like I'm just thinking of all the sports that would, yeah.
I would watch little people football.
Like almost any sport though would be way more entertaining.
Nah. I'm not watching basketball. Oh no, 10-foot goal. No, you gotta break it down to 7.
But they got a couple of them on the Globetrotters now.
So
It's kind of
that's my
entertaining.
exactly, but no.
It's kind of entertaining.
That just feeds into my point even further. Even further.
little people got to join the Globe.
God bless them. God bless them. Everybody needs a job, right? But you would change the nature of sport itself. If the choice is little people. Women, hypothetically speaking, if sport was a women's thing at its inception, and then we evolved into what we are now, women would probably be a lot more physically imposing. You know what I mean? Than the discrepancy in athletic ability would be closer to even. I would think. If not, they would surpass. Right? So you still have that potential of seeing both evolution and the evolution of competition.
Little people boxing. That's all I'm saying.
I've seen some little people boxing before, and hey, I saw a little motherfucker get knocked out. I said, damn.
Yikes.
I'm going to tell y'all what I said when he hit the mat. I said, well, at least he ain't got that far to fall.
Oh, you ain't shit, bro.
You know he ain't going to be concussed or nothing.
Oh,
shit.
man.
My boy looked at me and said, hey, that's a good point.
Oh, my God.
You know who I was with? Blue.
Oh.
Man. I don't say next one or next week I got to come up with one that's gonna top that, and I don't know if I can do it. We're gonna figure it out though.
If I could have a mix of both though, that would be my preference. I would still do little people volleyball though.
What would be the most interesting sport to watch? I don't say either way, because I think women's football is actually quite interesting.
Little people.
Oh, it's watchable, yeah.
Little people bowling.
I don't know, that just don't seem fun to me. because the ball is almost half their size.
Because
Are we adjusting? Are we proportioning?
he said we not
Yeah,
proportionate.
everything got to be the same.
Still regulation sizes and heights and shit. But you know they can still have a 4-pound ball or something.
No,
ain't
the
necessarily-
smallest regular is the 8-pound.
No, they ain't necessarily weak. They just got shorter.
Yeah,
appendages.
but there's still different physics involved here. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, yeah. They're not gonna necessarily be walking up and running. I don't know.
And I mean,
that's the one I'm most interested to see because I want to see how they do it or how they would do it because I'm wholeheartedly lost. I have no idea how So that's when I have the most questions about. Anything else I can imagine, unless it was like a little people equestrian shit, horse. What's that shit when they doing equestrian? Yeah, that would they be doing it on little show ponies, the little junior pony did.
All right, we got to move on because we going to get kicked out there.
Buddy.
I'm just asking, man. That's why I want to know. Little People Rodeo, what's gonna go down? Because you can't. Ah, man, see now.
Watch in the chats. Pretty soon you can be like, "Hey, Jumping PL gonna be a little people sport pretty soon."
They gonna run up on you like what's the name did in that Martin episode when them niggas beat Tommy's ass. Oh
Sorry,
man.
little people. I mean nothing personal by anything that I've said.
R.I.P. Bushwick Bill.
R.I.P. Bushwick, motherfucking Bill.
Man.
No shit.
R.I.P. Gary Coleman.
Is Emmanuel, what's her name, still alive?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Nice. I need to bring Webster back.
Manny.
No, he don't need that. He living his best life down in Atlanta.
What's he down there doing?
He was running a little record label for a minute.
Manny Mose.
But he got it. He saved his money.
Well, what he could, because his parents had
Hit him up a little bit.
made it rain a little bit.
But once he got that under control, he kept what he had left on right.
See, people fail to realize that Emmanuel Lewis was like 27 when. No, I'm just kidding.
He wasn't that old. Shut up, dog. He's my age, I think. He's our age.
No, but for real, he was like.
Or maybe a year or two older.
He was, you know what I'm saying? He's
He's
like
in between us
Because I was saying, he would have had to been older than us.
a
Cause
little bit older.
yeah, because I was saying, because Webster was what 84 through like 88 or 89, something like that.
Something like that.
that sounds about right. So he was already like 13 playing
6-year-old and shit.
Oh,
That's how-
shit!
That's Hollywood
Yeah,
for you
Webster
though.
was like 55.
51!
Oh, 51? Okay.
So yeah, that nigga would have been there 20.
Damn, I didn't realize he was
Wouldn't
that much older than us.
Yes, he was a whole teenager.
Yeah.
He sure the hell was. Wow.
Between takes, he probably out there rubbing his dick on all girls' legs. Humping.
Like, come here, Mama Papadopoulos. I got something for you.
Come here, ma'am.
That is mind blowing.
No, but all them like all the child stars back then and motherfuckers that played in the movies and shit, they was all like way older than what they were playing.
Jeez.
At least for the most part, unless you was on Disney, and then you should have been older because what they had going on just wasn't what was up.
Wasn't for the kids. That's for damn sure. I was like, hey, what kind of Disney is this? What's this new shit? Where's the Aladdin? It's a whole new world.
No,
Well,
just like
when
for
it was
real.
Cast for the role. Damn.
But yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, for we talked about it last week. So this week's matchup for the tournament of the underperformers, we got the '90s Braves versus the '04 Olympic squad. And we talking about basketball, '04 Olympics. I don't say let's talk about it.
Hold on. Which one? 04 Olympics and who else?
Yeah, '04 NBA Olympic, or yeah, basketball Olympic team and the '90s Braves.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So I'm just give y'all some stats. I'll say while we thinking about it.
Oh, bigger disappointment is '04 Olympic team
Yeah.
by far.
Now, when you say by far, we talking about a squad that didn't have probably the best 4 players in the league playing on that squad because Kobe was out due to the shit that happened in Colorado. KG, T-Mac, and Jason Kidd were either hurt or they said there were security issues. So I'm gonna run down the squad right quick.
Who had the security issues?
Right. So I'm gonna run down their roster. So we had AI and Tim Duncan, who were basically the team captains by default, but they were. You had Stephon Marbury. You had a young D Wade, a young Melo, a young LeBron, Carlos Boozer, Emeka Okafor. I don't know how dude made the squad. Sean Marion, Amari Stoudemire, Lamar Odom, and Richard Jefferson.
Should got the job done.
That goes without saying.
Should have got the job.
Should have got the job done. Yeah. I mean, it's a couple names I swab out. To be honest with you,
oh, most definitely.
That loss was pure effort.
No, but see that's the thing. Up until that point, USA, when they started having basically these dream team squads, were undefeated.
Right.
Up until from 92 to 04, the USA team was 53-3 in Olympic play.
Right.
All 3 losses came from that 04 squad.
Right.
But
and not just 53-3, but they was blowing fools out.
Like by 50 in a lot of them games. But when we looking at the 90s Braves, all right, starting from 91 to 04, they won their division every year.
Yeah.
14 years straight.
Yes.
You got 4 Hall of Famers on that squad, 3 of probably the best pitchers of the 90s.
Yes.
John Smoltz, Greg Maddux, Tom
Glavine.
Yeah, Tom Glavine and Greg Maddux.
Yes.
All of them won all the Cy Youngs between 93 and 99 with the exception of the 1 year that Pedro won.
Yes.
When he was with Montreal.
Yep. Montreal's last year in Montreal.
You got Chipper Jones, Hall of Famer. Fred McGriff, who should be in the Hall of Fame.
He ain't in the Hall of Fame? That's some bullshit.
Yeah, most definitely.
Crime dog.
Yeah, I'll say the most home runs by a player not in the Hall of Fame, but 493. 500 definitely gets you in. Like no matter what. If you hit 500, you're going into the Hall.
If he was white, he'd be
Straight up, yeah.
Most definitely. We'll give you that. And then, let's see. Yeah, like I said, each one of them won at least 1 Cy Young in that period between 91 and 98. You had Andrew Jones, who got drafted in 97. So those last 7 years of that run, they still couldn't get it done with the squads that they had. David Justice, you had Prime Time.
For a
Yeah.
little while.
And only won the 1 championship in the strike shortened or the year after the strike in 95.
Yep.
So yes, absolutely disappointing, right?
Oh, definitely.
But
I expected nothing from them after like the 5th in a row, 6th in a row division champ, or division champ pennant. I don't expect them to do nothing.
And I can't remember that exact that division, but I'm pretty sure it was a weak division.
It wasn't the best because you're talking about them. Let's see, the Mets, Montreal. Who else would have been? They wouldn't have had the Marlins
Phillies.
yet. Yeah, I was saying the Phillies.
Yeah, they was eating. They was eating. That's you know what I mean. They were doing what they were supposed to do in the regular season.
Cincinnati.
I see. No, Cincinnati would have been in Central.
In the Central.
Yep.
But yes, there are definitely disappointments. But still, ain't nobody pulled off a run of division titles like that. You know what I mean? They were absolutely dominant in their division. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't a question. Every year, you knew who was going to win the division.
And we had TNT, so we got to see, or TBS.
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah, we got to see every game.
Yeah. So I say Braves fans got more fulfillment out of that disappointment than the country got out of us losing in 04.
But as
and a lot more stakes and a lot more reputation was on the line. In the given context, you know what I mean.
With that many Hall of Fame players, with that dominant of a pitching staff, like compared to what the Olympic team brought to the table, just with the fact that a lot of these players that, if we're looking back on that squad, there's a lot of cats that didn't play. Like not just the main four that I named that didn't play because of either injury or because they had some other shit going on. But you looking at the mid 2000s NBA, it's definitely some players that should have played.
Hey, I also say that I think having expectations of Atlanta was a little overblown. And I'm not saying that their team was overrated, but the reason that team was that good over that amount of time is they bucked the convention of the time of the late 80s and early 90s of trying to get athletic black players, you know what I mean, in big roles. In the team, you know what I mean. They pretty much kept their team as wide as they could. You know what I mean. Chipper Jones was the face was the face of the Braves for that entire time, right? And the Braves meant fundamental baseball that you can put on TBS, right? I wouldn't have been that much more impressed with them if they had won more rings. You know what I mean?
I would have been. I'd have been a lot more impressed with him.
I don't think Bobby Cox was that great of a manager, to be honest with you.
Apparently he wasn't.
But I say with what he had, he should have done more.
Because he should have done more. But eventually you grow into that disappointment. And you begin to lack expectation.
Hey, the Braves run is very similar to the Chiefs.
I was just about to say, Braves fan and Chiefs fan have so much in common.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they were hell bent on doing it their way. You know what I mean? And they weren't gonna make any adjustments on the roster or management or philosophy. Because that was old school baseball as far as they was concerned.
But would you rather just always keep getting there and being disappointing, or would you rather have like a roll squad where it's like we know we're gonna be shitty, and maybe every 20 years we have a contender that we can do something? Because I mean, if you're getting there every year,
getting there is getting there, but getting there ain't winning it.
And that's what I'm saying.
So at the end of the day, if you ain't winning it, the only people who's gonna remember that you got there is your fan base.
Okay, let's put it like this: if the Royals had remained competitive post strike, but still didn't get a ring until now, I I think that would be more agonizing.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what the Braves did. Like they would, like, every year they're gonna get to the playoffs, but it's like they're not gonna win it.
But the way they built that organization and that fan base, it was okay for them to buy into that lie. You know what I mean? They just wanted to be in the argument of one of the best teams in Major League. And as long as they could consistently be in the argument for one of the best teams, then they didn't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? All those Atlanta teams were tourist attractions for quite some time. You know what I mean? For quite some time.
Not the Hawks.
I'm saying they still aren't.
The Hawks were only good when Dominique was there. I guess they decent now again.
Yeah.
But man, that was what?
But that was a long stretch.
Man.
Long stretch.
Like the Wizards / Bullets. The Wizards ain't really been good since they've been the Bullets.
Yeah, might be onto something there.
And I think part of that is you can't let Michael Jordan run your organization. He's proven that he was the best on the court, but when it comes to making executive decisions and evaluating players, that's not his thing.
He's gambling.
But
He's gambling.
That's some of them gambles that he's taking is
right. And you don't want to be part of Michael Jordan's gambling life
at all. That story probably don't end well.
You know what I'm saying? You just
For
don't
nobody.
want to be involved in it. and no matter what, even if he wins something out of it, he's going to lose something out of that. You know what I mean? You know this. You know this. Straight up.
No argument. It's like, I win. You what? I lost.
Sounds more like it. Here's some shoes as a consolation prize.
Right.
We
Just
dropped
sell
them
the
3
shoes,
times.
Just sell the shoes. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm about to, because you owe me $145
Or
Shit, 145.
Hey,
Shit,
you know
you
what?
can't get no J's for that. No more.
He's giving you the plug.
No, okay.
Hey, you know what? Does he own a golf course? Why doesn't Michael Jordan own a golf course?
He doesn't.
I don't
know if he does
I
or
haven't
not.
heard it
With everything else,
advertised ever. If he does,
I don't think I've ever heard I've never heard one.
He should go buy a golf course.
He's got
pick
it.
up games all day.
Yeah, so he's definitely got it.
You know what I mean?
And shit, I mean, honestly, he's probably owned one and lost it in a bet. Somebody was like, "Hey, MJ, you think you can make a hole-in-one right now?" It's like, "I bet you $1 million to this golf course," and he was like, "Shit, I got that."
Okay, hold on. So we know Tiger turned down $1 billion for that Saudi Arabian
The Live Tour.
right? He turned down $1 billion for it. What if they offered that to Michael Jordan?
But why would they though?
Yeah.
I don't think Jordan is actually a
They were
good.
talking about offering a contract to Donald Trump. Charles Barkley.
Yeah, I don't say Chuck definitely.
And
But
Chuck said he was gonna have to have he said my contract's like $30 million right now.
but that would have been more entertainment than anything though.
Jordan owns a golf course, fool.
Where? Which one?
The Grove 23, a 260-acre golf course that costs some 15 to 20 million to construct.
Oh yeah, see that's bullshit. That's just his crib. That's just his little spot.
Located in Hobie Sound, Florida.
Yeah, that's just his little. That's his vacation spot.
One can be a member of the exclusive club by invitation only.
Yeah, exactly. That's his crib. That ain't
pay to get in.
A golf club business.
You did not say business. You just said golf club.
He
Well, I'm
owns
just saying,
it.
if you're gonna get into some more business, sports business, get you a golf course, man.
But how could they? I mean, he's normally doing things to make money though,
Or
and I don't think
buy the what's that league from the Big Three league from Q.
that's actually entertaining though. I have watched a few of their
Oh,
games.
Big
But that's
Three's
what I'm
hot.
saying.
I fucks with Big Three.
But I'm saying I think Jordan could raise the profile of that.
I'd be ready to see these old dudes squab like they used to back in the day. Like, oh shit. I'm glad Rasheed Wallace ain't playing.
Man, nah, these is he coaching? I think he's coaching
I
somewhere
think he
now.
was.
Yeah,
I think he is. Yeah.
yeah. They say she really knows basketball.
Oh,
though.
she knows
that's
basketball.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can never say he was a dummy.
Oh no, yeah, she
Except,
know that
except
basketball.
for putting E40's name in his mouth.
What's that nigga's name?
Rasheed
Rasheed Wallace.
Rasheed Wallace. I was like, oh no.
That's not good. And shit, I'm surprised Gary Payton didn't say nothing to. I'm surprised Gary Payton didn't say something to Sheed about that. Like, hey, that's my dog, bro. Like, yeah. And then,
I don't listen to no E40s.
Oh,
man.
Oh, man.
I don't think I ever heard E40 be mad on a record and sit in.
I was like, whoa,
I
hold
was
on.
like, oh shit,
Damn, 40 water.
oh shit.
Oh. Has this ever happened? Has an athlete said something about a rapper?
And caught a
And then the rapper just hit him with a hot one?
Man.
Oh man.
Just real.
I wonder if they've ever chopped it up since.
No, so they would have had to. They would have had to.
Hey, I wonder if when they first met up, if they fought. Because I think we would have to fight.
Hey, but I wonder what she listens to now. Griselda, all Griselda. All Griselda.
And 40. That's my dude. I don't know. That'd be dope though. But
She done probably slid into KC to kick it with Conductor Williams.
Yeah, man. You know.
So you bring it back for me, boy. You bring.
We was down at the Marriott.
Appreciate this. This is what I was looking for. Man, I can't. It's fucking D Will, dog. I can't. It's hard to just call him Conductor Williams.
It is kind of difficult.
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. And I don't know if that's disrespectful or not. But I know it's difficult for me.
You just gotta try, man. You just gotta remember.
But on the flip side of that, it's dope to have another national production powerhouse prospering out of the town.
That's word. So it's Raiders week. Before we get up out of here, I just want to give my prediction for the Monday night game.
Oh, hold on, bro. We fucking up. We are fucking up.
What's up?
You know who we're gonna have on? Is it First Friday? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the but you know who we need to have on?
Who?
Deuce.
Nah, I don't even know if Deuce has been keeping up with football the past couple of years. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check with him. But I think the Raiders are gonna lose. My prediction is pain.
Is it here?
I don't know.
Let me see.
Hey, I don't think they're gonna win another one here for about a decade. After they pulled that bullshit where they was took the picture on the Arrowhead. Woo!
Oh yeah, it's here.
Yeah, they ain't got a chance.
Man, when was the last time they beat the Chiefs like at all? Was that 2 years ago?
I think it was the year before that.
It's been a.
It might have been the year before that or 2 years before.
I don't know because we did go on like a like a 4-year, 5-year
where we didn't drop a game.
Undefeated in the division. So it's been a minute.
But them
and even that game was probably more of one of the the fluke games, like when Jacksonville would beat y'all, like 10 years ago. Like how the fuck
it was trash.
But every once in a while you get that slip up.
Hey, this is the week I'm gonna say Clyde gonna run all over fucking Las Vegas, dog. He gonna run all over him. He's like, I got to get it. He gonna get some Marty Schottenheimer in him, boy.
So you really think Andy gonna turn him loose?
Oh yeah, Monday night against the Raiders.
Yeah. Look, Andy got an ego. Don't let the calm demeanor fool you and all that, and all the joke and all that, and the self-deprecation. Andy got a fucking ego, dog. And he takes he makes sure that he reserves his pettiness for prime time. He does. He's like, y'all want to show your asses? Here you go. You can do it this time. But you got to give me a dub. You got to give me a dub, though. Like he's seriously negotiating with these niggas every week. Every week. Hey, don't show your ass this week. Let's just go out there and
coach,
handle business.
I gotta show my ass, coach.
I don't want to give up too much this week. This is an easy game. Let's just not show our ass. What do you mean?
Nah, fuck them, coach. I'm showing my ass, coach.
No, they gonna unleash on fucking Raiders, dog. Like, is that the first division game?
No, I played the Chargers. Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah. This is where we established that lead in the division.
This will put us, smacking fools in the mouth.
Let's get down to business.
Quarter says Chiefs 35, Raiders 17.
I like it.
I mean, I think it's actually gonna be closer than that. I'm saying I'm gonna go 24-20.
It's the Chiefs.
You think? Hold on. After we put 40-something on the Bucks, you think the Raiders are gonna hold us to 24 points? No.
I do. Because it means more to them.
I don't see it.
Nah, this is what means more to them right here. It's Monday night. It's Raider week. It's at home. It's gonna be like 49-24.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I honestly see the Chiefs. I really believe the Chiefs are gonna put up 50 points.
He don't talk that shit about like Marty, but Andy believes in the tradition of fucking up the Raiders
because Andy has a point to prove, and it's gonna happen in so many fucked up ways. Shovel passes, bubble screens,
no looks.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, the whole nine.
He's gonna get the whole shit.
He's gonna pedal to the metal through the third quarter.
Yep.
He's going to let up in the fourth quarter, and they're
It's gonna be
still
hang
going to
time.
mess around and score like a touchdown and a field goal.
Yeah, hey, don't let us get a 2-3-score lead and hit the fourth quarter, and then they give Clyde a break and let Pacheco run out the clock. That's the other thing. They waiting for that statement game so they can say, here's our 1-2 punch, straight up. That's what they want them to be, the 1-2 punch, and they want McKinnon to be the third down back. That's the ideal situation for them. No matter what, Clyde is on his way out.
Even with 2 years left on his contract?
If he's not gone this year, he's gone next year. I mean, if he's not gone after this year, he's gone after next year.
So you're saying they're not going to give him the fifth-year option? Because he was a first
They'll
rounder.
give him the
Wasn't he?
fifth-year option to make sure he's still tradable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They got Pacheco in the 7th round, bro.
Mm.
Why would you re-sign Clyde? You know what I mean? It just don't make sense. And you can go right back because you only spent the 7th round on Pacheco. You can go right back into the draft next year and draft another running back anywhere in the draft that you want to. So Clyde may redeem himself this year, but he's going to be traded eventually.
He's going to make himself trade worthy.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to getting a 4th round pick for him.
But if he doesn't do, if he does enough to where another team would want him, then why would the Chiefs trade him at that point?
Because you're not going to sign him long term.
Damn it. You already know what he said, y'all.
God.
What?
Go to bed.
Trade 57.
Should have known.
Mind you, if Clyde does anything, it's going to be because 57 is a contributor to it.
No,
Never mind that part.
No, but he was looking a little suspect out there against the Bucks DN.
I mean,
he doesn't have the punch that you like to see with the rest of the speed on his offense.
But what he wants, though, what I'm saying, but for what he wants, like he needs to have everything. Like he for real needs to be a top 3 tackle in the league.
I'm not gonna argue that.
Oh yeah.
Like there shouldn't be any glaring weaknesses from somebody that wants as much money as he wants.
Oh yes, yeah. But see, you know what he's doing? He's just playing the market, and that's what all these players are doing now in negotiation. They're not playing what they actually think their assessed value is. They are just playing the market. Period. Point blank. Here's the thresholds between these signings. This is what we're looking at. But no, I was saying more about Clyde. Like he don't have the. He just don't hit the hole with bad intentions. You know what I mean?
That's what she said.
And you see it in Pacheco, you see it in McKinnon when they run up the middle with the two of them. Like it feels like the play is going to break as they're hitting the line, right? You don't know what's going to happen when Clyde hits the line. You hope he sees the outlet and bumps it out. You know what I mean? But we still ain't seen Clyde run over nobody.
The shit, can he?
Who?
No, I said, can he? Like,
Yeah.
is that even something that he can do at this level?
He's capable.
That's part of what his role is in the rotation. It's supposed to be.
He's capable, but he just I don't know.
And like I said before, his comp in Andy's eyes is Brian Westbrook, but Brian Westbrook had more pop than that.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. but I just know that running backs aren't valued like that. He's not going to be valued like a Dalvin Cook or insert any or Kamara or somebody like that. You know what I mean? He's not that lethal,
right?
In the offense.
But I'm glad you said that because for I guess what Kamara does for the Saints, is that what the Chiefs were looking for Edwards-Helaire to do?
He was supposed to be more lethal.
Because when it comes to the passing game, like Kamara, he's not gonna give you.
They were looking for him to be more of a pass catching running back than a running back.
Yeah.
And see, and that's Kamara like to a T. Like he's gonna eat on those.
But Kamara is also a running back.
Kamara can run.
And see, that's the thing. Like he can, but they really don't ask him to do that as much. Like there's always another running back, you know what I'm saying, down in New Orleans since he's been there. That is
McAllister.
Yeah, he's that guy.
Somebody that what's his name? They went to go play for the Ravens.
And he's back with them now, I think. He went to Alabama.
Yeah.
Clyde seems more like a zone blocking, a zone running scheme
Right.
back to me. You know what I mean? He should be going downfield, but he should have a clear cut to go to.
Right.
Each play, you don't want him to have to decide where the cut is. You know what I mean? And we don't exactly do that. I mean, we're not a power running team, but it's kind of gimmicky. You know what I mean?
So are they just asking dude to do something that he's not capable of?
Well, the real question is what is their actual expectation of it? You know what I mean? Like I said, I think the key word here is lethality. As far as the contributions to the offense.
Is that a word?
You got Google right there, motherfucker. Like MVS has contributed some lethality to the offense.
Right.
Juju, maybe not so much, but he's more consistency than lethality. But he has some lethality too. You know what I mean? Kelsey obviously is probably the most lethal target we have.
Right.
I'm not even going to discuss Hardman in this conversation, or the rookies, but yeah, you just don't. Nobody's scheming for Clyde. No defense is out here scheming for Clyde. They're scheming for everybody else, and that might be why he's eating this year.
Yeah, because I was gonna say he almost has to eat if that's the point. Like
right.
if they're not keying on him at all, and he's just out there, and it's just like, okay, we gotta take Kelsey out. It's like we gotta do something with the wide receivers. So it's just like, hey man, if you in here, you gotta eat.
Yeah.
And so far he's been doing a decent job.
I do believe that my prediction that this is going to be reminiscent of the of the 90s Packers offense. I believe that is coming true to form. I believe that is exactly what we're dealing with here. Now, can they continue to can they make it work, or can they improve on it? Because they can make it work, obviously. Can they improve on it? Can you make it? Can you make it as scary as you made the offense with Tyreek in it? And that's certainly feasible. It's certainly possible to. But are we going to get there?
So the Chiefs had to choose between, like, let's just say they had to keep a player. Right now, are you keeping Hardman or Clyde?
Clyde?
You just said that with the utmost confidence. Like,
yeah.
Like Hardman, he's out of here then at this point.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at dude's stats, and it's
That's
just
just-
kind of funny because he had 2 targets and 1 catch.
Hardman?
Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah, man,
Well, that
come
was
on,
let's see,
man.
that was last
He's not
week.
a factor.
Yeah, that's a
He's
damn
not
shame.
a factor, man. He's not gonna be a factor.
Yeah,
The
he's
McCall
had
Hardman game is not coming, y'all.
he had two targets against the Colts and 1 target last game.
His biggest benefit was his rookie year. Shit, I might be right. That might have still been his most productive year.
Yes, because it definitely wasn't last year, was it?
Hmm?
I don't think it couldn't have been last
No,
year.
hell no. Hell no. I understand. I understand. Andy feels like indebted to him. You know what I mean? Because he thought he was gonna that's all he was gonna have, or that he feels like he should give Hardman a shot. But this is the NFL, man. You ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to do all that, man. Ship that man off. If he really thinks he ain't getting the ball the way he's supposed to, there's a team out there we can trade him to that will throw the ball to him.
Man, but if he can't get it done with Pat, who can he get it done with?
A team with no offensive line and quarterbacks running for his life, and Hardman just happens to be wide open because they zero blitz the offense. That's what he's there for. If you zero blitz us, yes, there's a chance that the ball's gonna go to Hardman, whether or not he's gonna catch it or not.
That's the main thing right there. Actually catching the ball. Cause being open and especially as fast as dude is, he should always be open. But
see,
is he gonna catch
he
it? That's
has
the
fast top speed. His acceleration is trash, y'all. His top speed when he gets to it is very fast, very very fast, right? It takes forever for him to get to that. Compared to Tyreek, compared to MVS, shit. Hardman should be faster than MVS, and he's not.
I want to say he's definitely not gonna get to what y'all say. He needed to have 5 or 6 touchdowns by week 6. Because I don't think he's gonna hit that. He may not have 5 or 6 catches.
He ain't gonna have one. He's not a factor.
Shit, what has he got? 1? He has 1 now.
I think so.
The dude we got from the Bucks, the white dude, is more of a factor than him.
Yeah, because that 1 touchdown,
No, legit, he's more a
that
factor because he's gonna catch the ball if you throw it to him.
because that touchdown came in week 2?
Yeah, that's right. He's not a factor, y'all. He's just not. He could not kick it with Rich. He couldn't.
He'd be like, nah, cuz you gotta go ahead and
Be
get up
around
out
me,
of
car.
Like none of that, cuz.
You got to be a factor.
It's like you don't even be on the field,
I
cuz.
ain't even know well. His food quarter said package deal number 57 in Hardman for extra kicker.
Hey,
Niggas said an extra kicker. That's
George Karlaftis is a factor. Is a factor. Oh man, I'm like I said, I didn't know nothing about the guy until after we drafted him. Like it worked out. This is a score for Veach.
Yeah, he's solid.
This is a score for Veach, yeah, without a doubt.
and you said you was comfortable with keeping him over Clark, so you gotta be doing something right.
Yeah, he's going to develop. He's going to get stronger, and he may get a little faster. But he's definitely giving me Jared Allen.
Yeah, Yeah, we need to get up out of here on that note for multiple reasons. Anything else?
Yeah, I said that was it for me.
Yeah, we up out now. See, if we had a Patreon, I'd turn this off and turn that on. And y'all would be like, oh, shit, son, it's going down. All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.